decision about refusing to investigate Leo Varadkar. To remind people what this is about the thing that was exposed by The Village magazine. Front page story was Leo the Lawbreaker, outlining how Leo Varadkar, when the government was negotiating a new GP contract with the Irish Medical Organisation, that Leo Varadkar took a draft of that contract and gave it to a friend of his, a political supporter of his, but not just that, he also was, not accidentally, the head of the NAGP, which was a rival organisation. So he did so, in my opinion, to give this guy, Matthew O'Toole, a political benefit, and in turn to benefit Leo Varadkar back in terms of the support he would get from Matthew O'Toole. It's a very, very clear breach of the ethics legislation, which is clear that you're not meant to use confidential information for your benefit or for the benefit of others. That's why we raised it repeatedly in the Dáil. Unfortunately, the government, Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael and the Greens came together to protect Leo Varadkar in position, and it's why then I made a complaint to the Standards and Public Office Commission. When Standards and Public Office Commission looked at this was the first ever time that it was divided 3-2, so two people, the Controller and Auditor General and the Ombudsman, didn't agree with not investigating Varadkar. They felt that Varadkar should be investigated, but the other three members who were participating decided that Varadkar would not be investigated, and the only reason given for that was that Leo Varadkar said, yes, I did it, I handed over this confidential document to my friend and head of a rival organisation, but when I did it as Taoiseach. So it was what we described as the Nixon defence, saying that, well, once I'm president, I can do whatever I want. That's basically what Leo Varadkar was saying, and if the court had accepted that argument, it would mean that any future Taoiseach, any future Taoiseach, any future minister could breach whatever ethics legislation they want, and then they could avoid any investigation by saying, I did it in my capacity as government minister, as Taoiseach, or as Taoiseach. So that was the decision that SIPO made. That's why I took a case to the High Court, judicial review, to seek to overturn that decision, because that would absolutely be disastrous. Today, so we got the provisional kind of decision last Friday. Today we have the final order from the court overturning that decision, quashing that decision, and ordering SIPO to reconsider it. This is a very, very important victory for those of us who are fighting for ethics, who are fighting for accountability in politics, who are fighting for the idea that those at the top of our politics can't get away with whatever they like. This has highlighted real flaws in terms of SIPO, the toothless nature of SIPO in terms of holding these people to account, the fact that, in this case they decided, they just accepted Leo Varadkar's arguments when the court have now said that's completely wrong. It raises serious question marks about the capacity of SIPO, about decisions they've made in the past, and about the capacity of SIPO to hold these people account in the future. For now, our focus is on saying that SIPO now has to reconsider this as soon as possible. There's effectively three options open to SIPO. One, they could appeal to the Supreme Court. Two, they could come back with the same decision but provide more reasons. Or three, they could investigate Leo Varadkar. In my opinion, the only correct outcome here, it's up to them, but is for them to engage in a proper investigation of Leo Varadkar, and to do that as soon as possible. To be clear, the facts here are not in dispute. Leo Varadkar doesn't say, I didn't give it to my friend, anything like that. The facts are all basically accepted. So this can be a quick, a rapid investigation, and it needs to be before the next general election, so that before, if Leo Varadkar doesn't stand again, that we have a result and we have a decision by SIPO, or that if Leo Varadkar does decide to run again, that the people of Dublin West at least have knowledge about whether SIPO finds that he breached the ethics legislation or not. We have been, if you look at the record of that People Before Profit have been holding minister after minister to account. We've gone to great trouble in terms of taking court cases, making complaints against a whole range of people. I think at this stage there are 4 ministers that have resigned as a result of us, together with the likes of The Ditch, but then pursuing stories that are exposed in The Ditch or elsewhere in the Dáil, making complaints to SIPO, trying to hold people to account for corrupt and unethical behaviour. We're going to continue to do that because we are opposed to the political establishment parties. We're opposed to the fact that they think that the rules don't apply to the top politicians, and we're trying to build a party for ordinary people, for working class people, and to bring about fundamental change in our society. So watch this space in terms of how we go with this complaint with SIPO. We'll be trying to say this needs to happen as quick as possible. They have 28 days from when the order is made to decide whether they're going to appeal or not. If they don't appeal, then very, very quickly we'll be saying they need to make a decision to start an investigation into Leo Varadkar. We'll keep people updated, and we'll keep trying to hold these people to account in the